Alright, welcome to a super low-tech video. Another video about the GH5's in-body image stabilization. I'm shooting this with an old handycam that's like almost 10 years old, so you have to excuse the image quality, but wherever yo. In my previous video about the GH5's IBIS, I didn't mention manual lenses, thus this video exists. So, to keep it short, if you're using native glass, like this one, the Olympus 25mm f1.8, which has electronics, the lens will communicate to the camera and the camera understands what focal length it is and will thus adapt the image stabilization to it. No problem. But let's say you have this is a dumb adapter, Nikon AI2 Micro Four Thirds, and this lens is 105mm. Excellent lens, by the way. An old lens from the 70s. It's really badass. And what happens when you actually use the manual lens on the GH5? Let's start it up. You will get this message when you start it up. Current focal length. Yeah, well, it's not 12. So let's say you want to use this 105mm Nikon lens with a dumb adapter. Then we would change the settings to 105. Like that. Set. Because at first I was a bit confused, should I put in the full frame equivalent field of view? But that's kind of silly, because we're already using the 2x crop factor with the Micro Four Thirds system. So for instance, a 25mm Micro Four Thirds lens has the equivalent field of view of a 50mm because of the 2x crop. But the camera still registers that focal length to 25mm because it is 25mm. To make it short, if you're using a dumb adapter with no glass in it, just put in whatever number that's on the lens. Alright, right on. Alright, but what do you do if you have a focal reducer, speed booster? God damn, my back is hurting. Ugh, this is not very ergonomic. So this lens Turbo 2 has supposedly a focal reduction of 0.71 or something like that. I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if that's completely true, but whatever. And this Nikon lens is a 35. So what number do you actually put in then? Let's see. 35 times 0.71. Then you get this number, 24.85. So roughly a 25mm focal length. Equivalence of life. And just as a side note, if you want to know the full frame equivalent field of view and such, you just take these numbers times 2 and you get a 49.7. So in full frame terms, the field of view is like a 50mm. So right on. So when I put this lens on with the speed booster, I change the settings to 25. That's how you do it apparently. A 35mm lens is always a 35mm lens, but you know, it's the Micro Four Thirds equivalence we're working with. So for instance, like another example, this fabulous lens as well, a Sigma 20mm f1.8 Nikon mount. So if I'm gonna use this with a speed booster, what's the equivalent focal length then? Fantastic calculation. And in the Micro Four Thirds terms, it's roughly about 14mm. And the full frame equivalent field of view is like a 28mm. But these are the numbers you actually put in. 14. Alright. Hope you enjoyed this low-tech video for what it is. Please subscribe and right on. Hey.